Hi, Rohan.
Hi, Shane.
Look, thank you very much for joining us for the video. We've been working together with Avaana for some time now, and been working on some couple of marketing campaigns with Avaana. But for some people who might not know Avaana, can you give us a little quick brief of what Avaana is and what you and the team do?
Sure. So at Avaana, we're an online health, fitness and wellbeing marketplace. So we help everyday Aussies to book appointments with everyone from allied health professionals to natural therapies to fitness professionals, all in real time through our platform.
Ben, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Now, you kind of push forward everything sales related at Avaana.
Yeah, that's right. I handle most of our sales activities, whether that's our practitioner side or user side.
Right. And we've worked on probably two predominant areas together. One was around LinkedIn and the other one was around the direct mail. Can you tell us a little bit about the work that we did together on LinkedIn?
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, you guys put together some sequences that we could work on with connecting with practitioners. So that's one side of our business of trying to bring on practitioners so that our users have people to go and see when they go into the Avaana marketplace. So we were trying to connect with more practitioners, and you guys helped us not only find them through LinkedIn, because that was a difficulty of ours, trying to find who was actually relevant to the Avaana marketplace, but then the ways in which we could connect with them, how often should we be doing that, what should we be saying, so you guys helped us put that together, and that was a pretty successful campaign for us with bringing on practitioners.
What appealed to me about Xcode was I saw actually one of these videos on LinkedIn, and we saw LinkedIn as a channel where we could really easily interact with our target practitioner on the practitioner side of our business, because a lot of practitioners use LinkedIn to promote their own businesses. And we knew you guys were doing a lot of great work on LinkedIn, but it was actually it was actually a video that you guys had done on psychographic analysis that piqued my interest and got me to fill in the inquiry form on your website.
I think that one of the main questions, and love to talk about the direct mail and the ABM stuff after that as well, but one of the main questions that I wanted to ask you was, before us working together, or before us, really having a conversation about the outreach and sales strategies and methodologies, was there something that, from our conversation, you came across and you're like, oh, that sounds really interesting, or I hadn't thought about it that way, or I hadn't seen this thing that way?
In regards to LinkedIn?
In regards to all the work that we've done together.
Yeah, I think just finding different avenues. We kind of went with an all-in-one approach to begin with, where we were just speaking to our practitioners, whether they had one practitioner or they had 150 practitioners. We were speaking to them in the same way. And we knew that wasn't what we wanted to do going forward, but we wanted to test what was going to be successful. And we sat down with you and you kind of went through and showed us, no, look, we need to segment who we're going to be speaking to in what way. So if they've got a certain amount of practitioners, we need to be speaking to them in a more personalised manner, because they're going to be hit with 100 different people who will want the exact same results as you. So you need to stand out. So we created a campaign just for them, and that's kind of what we led to with direct mail.
So we've sort of worked with you on a variety of different campaigns which broadly fall within the account-based marketing heading. So everything from developing ICPs to reconfiguring some of our CRM and to overall CRM advice, to working out email cadences and knowing when to pick up the phone. And obviously, one of the more successful campaigns where you've had some good input was the direct mail side of things. So,
talked about the direct mail. I'd love to hear more about that. So tell us a little bit about what you did in the direct mail and what was the result that came out of that.
Our direct mail campaign so far has been really successful, which is really good for us because we are targeting that bigger practitioner base. It all came about when we went to a seminar at Growth Colony, and we heard from a few people that those types of ways in which you speak to practitioners is really successful, so that direct mail stuff. And so we came back and we sat down, we went, what do we want to do? What's going to symbolise Avaana? We put together some few ideas and we sat down and we found that sending people a pot with a seed and a little bit of dirt and a watering can, which would symbolise, once the plant started to grow, the growth of our relationship with that practitioner or that clinic. And so we sent that off with personalised letters that really spoke to, whether it was a CEO or a director, whoever we targeted, about what we can do for them, and actually spoke about their practitioners there. So we would sometimes actually individually talk about practitioners and how we could assist them. And I think that really spoke to them because no one had gone to that effort before. No one had actually gone out and gone, for us, it took us about 2 months to put this together because we wanted it to be perfect. We were very particular with what we bought, how we put it together, how we presented it, the letters. We put a lot of time into it. So when they opened it, they kind of went, wow, this person's actually made a huge amount of effort. I'm going to hear them out. So when we called them to follow up, or sometimes they'd actually email us first, which is even better. But when we did call them, they said, I'm willing to hear you out. Let's have a chat. So whether we then sat down for coffee with them, or whether we just spoke on the phone, they actually listened with open ears, as opposed to when you normally, for example, just cold call them and they kind of go, you're one of the other 100 people that have tried to do this before. I'm not really interested and I'm not here with an open mind. So I think the biggest part of it was that it changed their mindset with their approach to us, which in the end changed the result that we got.
And as a result, they come into it with a positive mindset, and they're happy to have a conversation. It might not mean that they might not buy what you're selling, but at least they're open and they're receptive to a conversation, where half the battle in sales, as as Ben and the rest of our sales team knows, is you just want someone who's willing to hear you with an open mind, and generally people these days don't have that open mind because they're just getting bombarded from all directions. For us, and I guess our relationship with Xcode, it was less about the campaigns. I think in the market now, quality is a given. If you're not doing high quality work, then there's no shortage of other agencies we can go to. What I guess stands Xcode apart from its competitors is, I guess, the flexible nature of your offering. Like, we were a startup and we were approaching other agencies and we were finding that we were required to be boxed into a certain package.
If last question that I want to ask you is, if somebody has thinking about working with us, but they're kind of on the fence, what would be one thing that you would tell them?
I tell them to check out your LinkedIn profile, follow you on LinkedIn, see some of the great stuff you're doing out in the Melbourne digital marketing scene or general marketing scene, and go to one of your seminars, and I think understand that not only are you guys really good in terms of selling yourselves, but technically very sound.
Is there anything else that comes to mind?
I think just your overall guidance. We're able to email you guys at any time to kind of go over some of the stuff that we're doing, and so that's always helpful. The way in which we use LinkedIn now is really successful, and we hope that the direct mail campaign ongoing will be successful for us. But we know that if we came up with another idea in a week's time, we could shoot it across to you and you would be able to say, look, this is great, I'd probably edit this and this is how I would approach this. And we could actually then look back at what we've got, edit it slightly and know that it would, as the other two campaigns would be, hopefully be successful as well.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, thank you so much, Ben.
Thanks,
and it's been an absolute pleasure working with you so far.
Thank you.
Looking forward to future campaigns.
Me too.
All right. Thanks so much, and we'll see you later. Take care.